And there we are. Jeez. So that's oof, that's a lot of shit going on there. All right. Here we are. I'm sorry for the delays. There's actually now there was a cable. There's a cable that was loose. All right. Well, let's just see where we were. Yeah, going to make a little next bit of Hatchball, and the next bit I was going to make is actually the bit I was hoping to make last time, which is the having the ball rotate as if it is like a 3D physics simulation, while the simulation is actually just 2D. So yeah, let's get back to it. I have to set some things back up because I closed them all off while I was crashing there. All right, and here we go. Yep. All right, gonna load my Hatchball project, and then okay, so what I'm basically gonna do with the ball, I'm going to the ball now is only rotating around the axis that's facing the camera, so because it's 2D simulation. What I need to do is make it look as if the ball is rolling, actually like in 3D, so around the axis, rolling up and rolling to the side. So to make that happen, I'm going to have to put a lot of stuff into the ball script. Unity is a bit slow. I've been working on a multiplayer project before, opening like 2 Unities at the same time, 2 Visual Studios at the same time. That might be what's slowing everything down, but we'll get there. Right, so we've got the balls spawning there from the ball prefab, and the ball prefab should have a ball script. Does it? Yes, it does already have that, so that's nice. I can just open that. And here's Visual Studio. It was still waiting somewhere. I've got 2 Visual Studios there. Right. This ball script. The only thing now that it does is it knows about spawning, and when it's lost, it will actually let the game know that it's lost. So the other thing that we need to do is make sure that the ball rotates. So let's just, if we have a look at what happens now, is that it does rotate, but only in 2D. So let's say that's like the Z-axis right now for the ball. So here we go. That gets released. 5 balls left. Ball clone now in play. That's nice. We have to name them actually still. Right. So you see that it's rotating, but not the way you want it to. Right. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to, based on its velocity in the X and Y direction of the 2D world that we have, I'm actually going to make it spin. But to do that, I'll need to make it a ball prefab a little bit more complex. Right now, it's just a model and a collider, like it's a 3D model and a 2D rigid body in one thing. So that's not going to work if I'm going to want to have the model spin, because then the rigid body would spin, and I would really not like that. So I'm going to take the rigid body of this model that I duplicated, so that this is only the model, and then it doesn't need the ball script. Yeah, and I'll call it model. And then here I'm going to remove the model. So all in all, there's a model there. Somehow I duplicated it, of course. It needs to be exactly there. Now it is also too big. So actually this thing could just be scale 1, that's nicer. 1, 1, 1. And then just my rigid body will have the actual my circle collider will have the actual times 1.5. So if you look at that now, see like turn off the renderer, that thing has the exact same size as this. It's not really, can't really see it now because it's the same size. But right. So this ball script will need to make the model spin. So I'm gonna have to have a reference to the model there. Let's go into my ball script again. Right, so I'm gonna make a reference to the model. Everything is slow. I did something wrong. I don't know what I didn't. Maybe I didn't close something off. I'll just start an activity monitor over here to check. Something is definitely eating my computer. Well, maybe it's just the Streamlabs that crashed earlier. I don't know. I'm just gonna continue. I don't have super large amount of time anyway. So let's see. So we need the model, and the model. I think for the model we just need its transform. Transform model, and it will be. We'll need an initializer to forget about all the warnings there. And then it needs to be set, and we want some kind of tweakable value for the scale of rotation. So the rotation by velocity rotation scale might make sense. And let's just put it at 1 first, and we'll see what we need. And then okay, so I'm kind of still distracted by that crash earlier. I'm going to rotate the ball after it updates its physics, so that's the late update. So I'm gonna need late update. I'm rotating very simply by velocity rotation scale. Why? Oh man, I'm really times the velocity of the ball, so I can get that from a rigid body, which I don't have yet. I'll need to what did I do earlier? I think I can just get away with the rigid body itself. Alright, so I need the rigid body. Of the ball actually should just be I don't need to serialize that. I can just get it because it's on the same object, rigid body 2D, and I put that in RB. All right, so then we just telling Unity that it should tell us if we don't add the rigid body 2D. So as soon as I add a ball somewhere, it will also automatically add a rigid body 2D. Now I've got the rigid body 2D, and now I've got the velocity. It's got a velocity, and then let's think the x-axis of rotation of this model. So that's this axis. That means it rotates in that direction. So that's the y velocity of the rigid body. And then we also rotate it around the, let's see, that axis, which is the y-axis. So that's the second one actually. Just can copy this whole bit and use the x velocity of the ball, and it doesn't need to rotate in that direction. So this should actually already be enough to simulate the rolling of the ball. Just need to make sure that it's in world space. It doesn't rotate around its own axis, because then it will change every time it rotates, but it will rotate around the world's x and y axes. Yeah, now we just need to tweak the scale, well, if it works, which today I wouldn't be so sure of. I've had a very busy day. Good thing it's summer soon. I'll keep streaming, but I won't be like working all day and then streaming it in the evening, so that's a lot better. Right, so that's interesting. Release ball starter has been destroyed. When did that happen? On destroy. First starter release, ball lost. Ah, okay, so on destroy should not call all this when the thing itself is actually being destroyed. This should, the funny thing is, Unity says you should not use no propagation, but I think this actually works very well because it compares it to null. But I might be wrong. I haven't tried that out even yet. All right. Let's see. Right, so, oh, I did not assign the model yet. There we go. It's all going super slow. Oh, I can't wait to be back in the office with my decent PC doing all this stuff. But we're in quarantine for having... Doesn't really look like it yet. Well, actually, kind of does a bit. Not really. So what's going wrong here? Let's think. Something does the wrong axis. Yeah. Something is rotating around the wrong axis. I don't know. Hard to see. So I'm going to do some manual tests. For instance, I'm going to take this ball and move it up and then see. That's hard to see. I'm going to go frame by frame. That seems like it's rolling in the right direction. Yeah. Maybe it just needs more. Right, let's see. Ball. Where are we? There. Let's give it a 10. I have no idea actually, because it should have like a unit of movement is 10 degrees of rotation, might be better. Let's have a look. That's too much. That's way too much. I'll tweak it while trying it out. Let's see. Oh, that's not what I meant. I still had all the balls there. Right, so 2, like pausing, 2. This mouse thing. I'm just gonna turn it off for now. That's too much. That's too much. So isn't 1 then just the one that I had wanted? Oh, let's see that. The X direction looks like it's going in the wrong way. So that's why it looks so weird. Maybe I'll just have to invert that. Where was I? Here, ball, and then the X. If it goes to the left, it has to rotate. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what's going on here. I'm putting a minus there to invert, to have the different direction. Changing the ball prefab to 1 again. 1 might have just been kind of okay already. Velocity rotation scale of 1. And then let's see. See about that. Here they come. That looks kind of okay. Not enough. That's not enough now. Let's try 2. Weirdly enough, that was just too much. But now I think, whoa. That does look quite okay already. That's so weird, the amount of spin there. I think I'm gonna change that as well. Okay, let's see. The ball has what kind of rigid body stuff? Angular drag 0.05. I'm gonna make that 0.5 and see if that gets us a better feel of like it should stop spinning so much. Also, I wanted to change that thing because the ball drops here anyway, so I'm gonna move this one back there so the ball doesn't get in that hole all the time. All right, let's see. I definitely don't recommend streaming and getting like crashes while streaming. That looks okay. Why does it spin so much still? Right. Oh, that looks fair. No, I've stopped it instead of stopping the pause. It's really not my day. Let's check again. Huh. Strangely enough, the amount of drag really doesn't do it. So I'm going to double that again. let's say ball angular drag 1, and then yeah, actually the velocity rotation scale, I make it bigger again, and I'm gonna check. This is a hard one to tweak, that's why. Because well, we're trying to like make fake this this rotation. So maybe I should do one axis at a time, but that really seems like too much. It's too much. It seems like it would be like almost okay. So what I'm gonna make out of it now is 1.5, just in between, and see what it looks like. Because you're not gonna really consciously see the ball roll that well, because it's gonna be an egg, so it's gonna have some texture, but not like a giant amount. But you will still see it roll. So if for like these kind of extremely textured models it looks to make sense, then it will definitely make sense for those eggs where you can barely see it. This seems to look quite okay. Now that direction I can't really judge yet. Yeah, that looks nice. Oh, I can try letting the ball go like in the left side, and then it will have that horizontal movement. Yeah, that seems okay. Right, so I'm just gonna give it a tad more, and then I'll go to the next thing, because this seems like it's a pretty okay solution. I'll just make it a little bit more, and then I'll say that's good for me for now. Now let's see here. The so the ball has been destroyed by the stern trying to access it when global 55 at ball starter release. Huh. Still a little problem there. And then there was another one. Same. Okay, so when does this happen? I'll need to run this again and see exactly when it happens, so that I can check where the error actually is. Ta-dum. That's not hard enough. Alright, there we go. Oh my god. Performance is so lousy. Okay, so let's see. I'll lose the ball here, and then bam, there it is. Right, so right after losing a ball, it says release. Ball starter has been destroyed. That's when stopping the game, which is still a problem actually. Release. Okay. So maybe that's why Unity doesn't recommend the null propagation. It did not actually compare to null there. So that might actually be true. This one I was doing here. So if first starter, that's a different comparison, I guess, than the actual null comparison. I'll see about that. And then the other error I have to get rid of here is the ball spawner. No, the ball starter actually trying to release the ball that doesn't exist anymore. And that was... I don't see it here anymore. Well, I used to see that. So previously I saw that there was something with release. And there was a ball that's not there anymore. I could have the do tween utility panel. Where do we keep those? Do tween, and then preferences, and we go to log behavior. Default. So the funny thing is that it's already set on default. Well, we're gonna have to try again. All right. And there we go. Should just launch it fast enough. Yeah, there we go. And the ball is lost. And then, oh, it's fine now. It might be the issue that I just fixed. I think it is. Well, let's just do it again, just to be sure. Whoa. Though I feel like those slingshots are way too powerful still. Right. I need a bit more roll. 2 might have been okay. Well, testing that all the while. Yeah, the slingshot is too powerful. I want to tweak a lot of those things, like together with other people in design. There's the 3 of us actually leading company, and we do the design usually. So, that's finally gotten through there. Oh no, that one. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on here. I'll edit that one so that that stuff won't happen again. So if it gets up there, it will definitely roll down. And then the other issue I had was, now this is fine. Yeah, do tween, yeah, that's possible when closing the scene. All right, so it's getting there. I've gotten rid of some error messages, and then I also yeah, I was gonna tweak the speed of rotation of the ball. Just put it back to 2. I think that's okay then. Right. So yeah, first things done and got rid of the errors. Oh, that's not looking good. CPU usage. Wow. Something is off. Well, yeah. Looks to be the stream itself, but I'm not gonna restart again. That's not good. That's the wrong project. Hatchball. Committing this because I made the ball roll and fixed minor bugs. Adds ball 3D ball rotation, fixes release on destroy. Error. Right. I always make a point of making my Git commit logs readable and proper. Right, so what's the next thing on the list? Let's see. Targets. Yes, we've got targets. So if we look at this thing here, the layout, the design, then we've got almost everything made. There's a few things still missing. So what's still missing is these flowers here. Those are kick out holes, which that's the classic hole that the ball lands in and then it kicks it back out after a certain time. But it can also be in hold mode so that the ball keeps in there. You get a new ball to launch, and then once that's launched and held, you get another one, and then you hold the third one, and when the third one is in there, they release all at the same time and you get the multi-ball. So you can play with 3 balls at the same time until there's only one left. That one. Then there's these U and AA. That's actually still called U1. That is not correct. That should be L1. Oh yeah, I updated that, but I didn't update that in my Unity scene. L1 and L2, those are the pedestals of where the hatchlings are going to be. And the U, that's also a target. So these 3 are actually kind of classic targets. They're just something the ball can bounce into, and then when it hits that, it will actually just activate something. Just singular action. AA we made into like a little flower that would, I think, slow the ball down, because over here it's just going down and then it would just be a slowdown, I think. Right, so let's just make one. They should be circles bouncing the ball, so I'm inclined to copy the bumper and just put it here. But now this one actually doesn't have an actual like an active function like a bumper does. So the model will be orangey and will be smaller. It won't have the bumper script. Is it that small though? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's like something like that. And then this is target U. I want a, yes, I do. I want a prefab, original prefab for a target, which says target. And then I'll, what? That's so weird. There. No overrides. Oh. Target. That's an override. And then actually call this one U and give it a different hue. And I'm also going to change the collider shape. I said 1.5, right? So that's 0.75 radius. All right, overriding that. Apply all. Right. So what we got here is nothing more than a rubber. It should be rubber collider. Those bumpers don't have. Ah, that's weird. Prefab bumper should have the rubber on there. It's like nice and bouncy. It doesn't really matter, I guess. Well, it's still collider, so it might matter a little bit. Anyway, then the prefab of the target will have the rubber on it as well. Oh, I just did that in this one. It's just the same. Okay. Does it do anything else? Yeah, it will be a target. So target is a new script. And that's just a simple target. It does nothing more than just be a button, it's activating something. All right. Takes a little while because there's not a lot of CPU power left. And then actually apply that to the prefab. Edit component, apply to prefab, and I'll actually go into the prefab itself before I do that again. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Target has a icon. Do we actually have an icon for that? Nope. Here. Oh, no, I didn't move it yet. Everything is so slow. Target. Do I have an icon for target? Yes, I do. Yes, that's a nice icon. Right, so basically should do something, but we don't have any. Yeah, there's no real purpose for it yet. The thing is, now I can just copy these and I'll have more. Maybe I should do the a bit of model activity already that I also did in the bumpers. Let's see, target script. Ta-ta-dum. Bumper. Yeah, that bit might be nice. I'll copy all that except for the bump force, because target doesn't do a bump force, and the bump force can go away. And I need to import tweening library. Right. Yeah, it should do the same thing. I'll just put them all there. This is a normal target, then those two will be pedestals, so I'll make them green. They will be in model. In terms of model, they will actually be a leaf where the hatchling can sit on. Yep. Those two should be green. Why does it say multi-object editing not supported, and then it does do it anyway? Well, interesting. That's new. That's a leaf. Looks good. That's actually pedestal L1 and pedestal L2. All right. Then I need to add that thing, which should just be something of a force. I'll copy this thing, but I won't use all the scripts. It might be something that activates like, or clears some kind of flag. So I think it will have a script, but I don't have that yet. I will actually unpack this prefab. That means like unlink it from the prefab thing, and I'll call it slow down AA. It can have a model. Let's call it a bit yellowish, and then the alpha value a bit low, so the wall will show. So this is just an area of a little bit larger than the other areas, maybe even something like that. And then this bit will be a trigger used by an effector, and the effector will be a area effector, just like those things, but it won't have a force magnitude. It will only have damping. So drag, I don't know, 2. So it won't actually give the object a force, but it will give the object drag for that period. So we'll just slow the ball down there and just leave it to come there. So there's multiple reasons to want to do this. It helps the ball from falling in, actually, but mostly from falling in from there super like high up, maybe even from that thing being knocked over there and like instantly bouncing on this thing and going into that position. Well, I don't know, it might help for that. There's multiple reasons to do it also because it's just a little bit of a different thing. Let's see if the targets work, and then I can get onto some progression stuff. Maybe not yet even. Maybe I want to start the kick out holes first because I didn't make those. Okay, let's see. That was a skill shot. I'm gonna see if I can hit my target. Oh, did I already hit it? I didn't see it blacken. Oh, jeez. Again, just not hit it. That's kind of harder than I thought. Oh well. Ball seems to roll nicely now though. Come on, targets. Ugh. They're not even that easy to hit. Ooh. Yeah, oh. So that's why I didn't see them light up. And actually the ball didn't slow down from that one as well, because all these are in the wrong layer. Right. The models don't need a layer. Yes, they're in default. Good. All right. So got my targets. I'm just not gonna bother testing them right now. It will come up anyway. So there's 2 object types left that I have to build before I can start on all the progression logic. The kick out holes and actually the snake heads here. Those are usually the pinball area here has 2 lanes, the inner lane and the out lane. And the out lane would be the one that actually, if a ball drops in there, it would automatically be lost, but there would be a ball save or like a little let's call it a valve, a little gate there that would save the ball once, and then it would flip down, and then the next time the ball goes there, then it will be lost. So we are doing kind of exactly the same thing, but then with an active component. So on the place that's over here, on the place that the ball would go into the out lane, the ball, it will wake up this head of the snake. So the first time it goes in there, just like the first time it goes in an out lane, it won't hurt the ball. The second time though, the snake would be awake and it would eat the egg. So that's a nice like funny thing, because it's an egg, the ball we're playing with, the snake will eat it, and then so the second time it will be lost. And then there's this thing that in the progression later, that if these 3 are all dropped, then it would reset the out lane, which means actually putting the out lane creatures to sleep. First the kick out holes, then the out lane creatures. I think the kick out holes today, out lane creatures will be, I will need them to do that on Sunday. If I'm going to stream on Sunday, because I'm not 100% sure yet. I would like to keep my schedule, so I think I will, but I'm not sure I'll be able to. Kickout holes. So kickout holes simply should be a target, but then something bigger than a target. It's actually let's give them a color, and I'll call this v3. Well, no, just call it kickout because it's going to be a new prefab. Kickout hole v3 prefab kickout hole, but first I'll need to remove the target script. Kickout. All right. There's this kickout hole now, and it will need a script. Kickout. Kickout. Or actually kickout hole. It's called a kickout hole. It is in Pinball. It's a hole. So the collider is actually not a collider. It's going to be a trigger, and it's going to be a bit bigger. It's going to be quite a bit bigger than the kickout hole itself. So why? Because it needs to pull the ball in, as if the ball, like the kickout hole, would be like a hole where the ball could roll in from. Like if it's passing there, it might just get a little bit bent, but it won't roll in. If it doesn't have enough speed to roll past it, it would like circle around it and then whoop, fall in. We can simply simulate that 3D process by using a force that pulls the ball towards the center. That's actually just what gravity does anyway. So let's do that. The model of the kickout hole would actually be purple and then with a low alpha value, something like that. And then I would make the circle collider let's say twice as big as the ball, as the hole, so like that, and then that would be the trigger area. That actually, I'm pretty sure that I can't do a point effector. That's super easy then. I might not even need the script right away to do the force. So the target is the rigid body. The inverse. Nice. I should look that up, but I could just look at it as well. Distance scale. Force mode, that is a function of distance. Let's say 1 indeed. And the force magnitude, -10 is towards it or from it. I actually don't know. So let's just see. The magnet symbol makes me think that their default value would be pulling, but we'll see. So this is actually super easy. It's a lot easier than I would have expected. And I'm just gonna try dropping a ball in there and see if it stops. I have no idea how much force 10 is now for this. It should, well, I have a bit of an idea. It should be enough, I think, but that target works. So let's test it. Oh, I forgot to commit that, did I? Let's see. Super Pinball Wizard here. Okay, so it definitely goes past it when it's got a big velocity. I'm going to pause it there and put the ball up here and see what happens. Well, nothing. All right. So definitely not enough power there. Either that or it's just the wrong direction. I'll check by dropping a ball in there again. Right, this ball is going to get released. Yes. I'm going to... Ooh, that did a lot, but I'm pretty sure that the distance function is okay, but then the size of the collider should be a bit bigger. But the issue I have here then is that this one, it would actually put it on this side as well. So a bit of a problem there. I just do it like this for now. Maybe I'll just make it 2.5. So we'll never collide when the ball is in that lane. Or, yeah, lane actually. And then make this a little less. Or I will just have to come up with my own script anyway. Might need that. There we go. I'm going to be wise and just get the ball over here right away. Oh, it just got knocked by a... It did have a bit of... Ah, so little. Alright, so I was wrong. It probably will need a lot more then. Let's double it instead of half it. Whoa, it actually gets slung there. That's not good. Yeah, I hadn't used the point effector yet, but I think I might want to have more control, so I'm gonna do it myself. I'm actually going to. But I see that it's time for me to stop. Unfortunately, I have to go. That's a shame. I'm going to commit the previous thing that I did. So except for the kickout hole, I'm not going to commit that yet. Let's commit everything but the kickout hole. Nope, that's not good. The kickout hole doesn't get committed yet because it's really not done. I keep clicking the wrong thing as well. Yeah, the scene actually did get changed with the kickout hole in there, so I'll have to push it. Adds the what was it? Target? Yes. Adds targets and starts kickout hole. No force yet, because I did try the built-in force, but that was not good. Yeah, committing that, pushing it, and wow, that was a little bit of a messy episode. Sorry for that, but there's still quite a little nice trick there to be learned from the rotation of the ball there, and next time I'll check if the cable is actually inserted properly. Alright, that wraps it up for today. I will, well, I'll thank you for watching, at least the people who were watching. And yeah, drop a like if you liked this stream. And of course, we're always super happy if you follow or subscribe, depending on the platform. And also consider becoming a Patreon if you're looking at this and you think that we should make more of this, or you've seen our tutorials and you want us to make more of those. Definitely check out our Patreon site, become a patron if you want to support us. We're a small company. We can definitely use that kind of support. That will be very welcome. Okay, for today, I'm going to sign off. I hope I'll be back on Sunday. I'm not promising 100% guaranteed yet, but I think I probably will make it. And then, yeah, that will be definitely finishing the kick out holes, and also going on with the rest of the things I was wanted to work on. That's progression. I'm actually making this progression editor, but first I'm going to have to make those snakeheads that I talked about, the outlaying creatures, putting them to sleep, and then waking them, not waking them, like having them eat the ball as an outlaying mechanic. Okay, that's it. Leaving you with the weird bit of music that I've been playing the last 2 times as well. It's 15 thirds. It's a weird kind of thing you try to count along. It's hard. That's intentional. It was made for a game that was weird, and it had a 4.5 minute cycle building up to this tsunami that would start the game over. And so you can hear that the last half minute is really intense. Yeah, that's it. Hope to see you all soon. Stay safe. Bye bye.